Today, Jupiter stations retrograde, technically goes retrograde just 4 minutes after midnight. So we're feeling the energy of Jupiter's change in directions on Tuesday and Wednesday. As well, we have on early Wednesday morning at 2 something a.m. We've got the moon going into Capricorn, 2:38 a.m. Pacific time. So that shift of the moon into Capricorn takes us into that serious vibe of dealing with some hard realities. I'm Marina Orms here with your Astro Vibe for Wednesday, October 9th. And so we have the energy of Jupiter changing direction. So really themes of beliefs, belief systems, operating systems have more to do with the Capricorn energy, but with the theories and philosophies of life that Jupiter refers to, and then Jupiter being in Gemini has to do with our thinking, our communication, the way that we tell stories, things like information and facts, right? Fact checking is a big deal these days. So make sure that, if you're doing some Jupiter is about expansion, right? Spreading information. Make sure that you are spreading accurate information. And take what you read with a grain of salt. As Jupiter changes directions here, there is a potential for expansion of something that's not true, expansion of something that is based on an unsubstantiated belief. So really checking our information, making sure we know where it's coming from, and remembering to take a pause. If you're having feelings or reactions based on things you're seeing or hearing, just take that pause and then feel your feelings and then come back to it and say, okay, what is true? What is not true? What do I need to learn? Where do I need more information? And how can I verify accuracy of what I am learning? So those types of things are up with Jupiter's changing directions. And of course, as I shared yesterday, with Jupiter going retrograde, we've got that need to, in general, review our own beliefs, our thinking, and Jupiter will be retrograde until February of 2025. So plenty of time to do this work, but thinking about, asking some deeper questions and really thinking about your own beliefs, your belief systems that you grew up with versus, what feels true and right for you now, and those kinds of things, your philosophy of life and what feeds that, right? Where does that come from? Is it coming from a place of potential and positivity and love and healing, or is it coming from something else that might be a little more limiting in terms of your own thinking? So thinking in terms of expansion of information, that's Jupiter in Gemini, and Jupiter stays in a sign for about a year. So we've got this Jupiter in Gemini energy of what are the facts? What is the story? How is the story being told? And that is a lot of the energy we are dealing with, especially around politics and the narrative and who's got the narrative. However, there are some other factors going on here, and one is now, especially that we have the moon going into Capricorn, where we need to get grounded, and we have Pluto at the very end of Capricorn, but about to change directions to then go direct, where it will be heading again toward Aquarius. So again, moving forward, and Pluto moves so slowly that as it slows down, we really have this intensification of the Pluto energies. And Pluto in Capricorn, I've said it before, it is hard. It's tough stuff that we are dealing with. Themes of mortality, themes of having to deal with system breakdowns and really ask the hard questions about who are we, what matters, what do we care about, where are we going to focus our limited resources, and how do we roll up our sleeves to put in the hard work to shape things the way that feels true and important for us. So we have this Pluto energy, the hurricane happening, is in the news, and intensification of climate change, which, by the way, is Plutonian and is Pluto in Capricorn, because it deals with our limitations. It speaks to resources and how we take care of one another, and the limitation of the structures we have, and of course mortality. So fingers crossed, hopefully it is minimal in terms of its impact, but the awareness of these issues, climate change is I guess it's not caused by Pluto in Capricorn, but what I'm trying to say is that the energy is consistent with this feeling that we need to confront the truth of the reality of a situation, and that situation having to do with mortality and our own human limitations. And so that is not to say that climate change will destroy us. It's more to say that it's pushing us to figure it out, right? To problem solve at this deeper level that we can only do when we really feel those limitations. And so in our infinite human ability to be creative, we can dig deeper. We can find our creative abilities and our strengths and our self-care so that we can show up for being part of the solution. So what if, I mean, I don't know, but what if climate change was all here to really get us to figure out how to live differently on the planet? And what if those changes are underway, even if it may not seem that way, right? Or we might see more of the problem right now, but maybe as we head into Pluto in Aquarius, we will find more of those innovations and solutions and outside the box thinking and shifts in consciousness that could help us see a change, right? A shakeup, a Aquarian lightning bolt of change. So I don't have the answers. I can't see the future, but let's act as if it's so, right? When we keep our minds open to what is the possibility going forward and who would we need to be to create that possibility, then we are actually engaged in doing what we're here to do as human beings, which is to respond with love and showing up for ourselves and our fellow human beings. So take that and in the ways that are helpful to you. If it makes you frightened, that's not my intention. So take a deep breath and ask yourself, how do I need to take care of myself? And from that place of self-care, then you can discover the insight or the idea about how you can move forward, how you can do something positive, how you can be part of a solution, even if that's just thinking positively and showing up for others with that open-mindedness to possible solutions. All right, so with the moon in Capricorn, We're thinking about structures, systems, getting organized, and so there might be something in your life that needs organizing, that needs a little attention to and focus on planning and strategy and creating a plan that will support you moving forward in moving in the direction of the things that you want to create. So we were working with the Libra moon cycle and thinking about balance, thinking about peace. What do we need to do to cultivate inner peace for ourselves? So maybe as you are thinking about your systems, your ways of organizing in your life, what needs to get organized, you can think about how that helps bring a feeling of inner peace and support yourself in learning how to be more peaceful and create and support yourself in discovering pathways of peace and balance in your life. It is always an ongoing game of figuring it out as you go because things change. So, taking good care of yourself and having a good attitude goes a long way. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Marina Orms, and you can learn more about me at astrologyheals.com. Thanks for being here. Check out my recent videos for more insight into Hurricane Helene and Jupiter retrograde and all the things I've been sharing lately. And I will see you next time. Thanks for subscribing, and bye for now.